Right. Good morning, everyone. I think we're up and running. All right. Leanne, first come, first serve. There you go. CMBM really took a hit. I didn't see that this morning. But maybe it just did. I don't know. I just wasn't watching it. But I didn't see that this morning on my phone. Unless it happened in the last 10 minutes. Let's go take a look. Cam Bam. Cam Bam. It's green this morning. It's a little bit green. I'm confused. Yesterday's close 273. Today 274 right now. Well, let's go over here to SoFi this morning, see how we're doing. I'm going to guess it's over $30. I'm pretty sure. Yep. 30.20. Good place to sell. So as you guys know, I decided yesterday to take off this AVG antivirus because it kept popping up all these windows on me and disgusted with them. So after I removed the AVG, my laptop decided not to work much. And today I'm trying to get it to start. Last night it would not even start back up. So I don't know if it's going to start or not. And me maybe going on Black Friday to get ourselves a new computer. It looks like it's finally time for me to step in and get a new computador. Because this thing's trying to start, but it doesn't seem overly enthused about the idea. And we'll clean up our screen real good here in case it does decide to come back on. And it says, please wait. So this is what it did last night. And then it just went black screen. It would never come on. So I think it's time for a new laptop. Finally admit to it. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome, Rusty Prater. Rusty, we're going to have to give our buddy Pedro Pinto a call about your shirt order. Because he wrote me back confused about which shirt it was. He didn't know number 2, and I tried to explain to him, hey, just look at the webpage and count from left to right, numerically, and the shirts are in that order. He didn't seem to understand that for some reason, so I got a letter out to him 2 days ago, message sent out to him, and I haven't seen a response from him, so. But we'll get it done, and we'll get it to you. We will eventually. Okay. Don't know whether you. Oh, yeah, maybe this computer's going to come on. Mrs. Catfish probably broke it. Well, so I get this screen here, and I get these little indicators down here. And then after this, I get nothing. And at this stage of the game, I don't even have a cursor with my mouse to, it's not being recognized. Let's come over here and disconnect my wireless mouse and plug it into the computer. And see if the wireless mouse will work. And no, the answer is no. So I think this thing is completely kaput. But at any rate, that's another matter altogether. So, all right. Control Alt delete it. Well, before I do that, let me do this. Let me just let it sit for a few minutes doing this. Because someone suggested I do a defrag, and that's what I was going to do last night. But after I did the Windows R, and I did prefetch, deleted that, Windows R temp, deleted that, Windows R percent temp percent, deleted that. Then I went over and did a delete browsing history. Then I did a disk cleanup. And then after that, there was no window left down here to type in defrag. It was just done right there. So, hey, and this is what we get, a screen that goes black. This is the problem. So I think this thing is history. I think she's done. I think a goose is cooked. I do believe it's a done deal. And so the interesting thing is, hey, I got a cursor now. I didn't have a cursor while the sign-in was there, so I couldn't. But this thing, I think, is shot. So it's time to go computer shopping. All right. Let's get logged in over here. Yeah, this thing is hit the enter button, nothing. We're going to give it another 10 minutes, and then we're going to hit Control Alt Delete. Let's set our alarm clock. We'll give it 20 minutes. 20 minutes to come on. All right, guys, give me a minute and I'm going to be back. I have to get this code to log into my Thinkorswim. Hold on. All right. And we're going in. And the screen still has a ton of dust on it, doesn't it? But will she want to come on for us this morning? We don't know. We don't know for sure what will be happening. So, someone mentioned first thing this morning, CMBM being down, took a dive, they said. And just give me a moment here because I've got to get to my channel and make sure, guys, I have a viewing of your screen that you're seeing, because you know what my computer does. All right. Now, how you're trending makes sense. I changed trading platforms yesterday to Webull. Okay. Yep. Well, let's get over here to CMBM. And I see it this morning. And I've got some interesting photographs I'm going to show you guys. Just give me a second here. Let me get signed in here to my iCloud photos. Just give me a minute. All right, we're going in. These pictures are for you, Savannah, if you happen to be listening. Now how your trading makes sense. Okay. First of all, well, there's a couple of things going on today. Pardon me. Yeah, we have a couple of things going on that I want to let you know about. As you know, I've been talking to everyone about SoFi, and let me turn this light on again for a second. And let me make sure you got, guys, again, you can see everything. Yes. CMBM earnings are out, okay? How are they looking? Something weird going on here with Yahoo this morning. I might not be able to wait until Black Friday to get a new computer. Well, it's just after 7 o'clock. And this price is showing me no real movement at all right now. Hold on a second. Whoa. Hold on, people. Let's get this screen cleaned up too. Might as well spring clean here. Well, fall clean. There we go. Does anybody here remember this video? When I was putting my name Catfish with a K at the beginning? This used to be what I had on when I was on my breaks, my 5-minute breaks. So anyway, let's get over here. And I want to show you guys some pictures this morning. But some of you remember, maybe, yesterday, I was talking about the performance share bonus coming up for Anthony Noto, that he was going to be receiving $53 million, I believe it is. And apparently something to do with the aggregate that they have to maintain being $25 for 90 days, that because they've been in the 30s and 31s for a little bit, I guess this made the aggregate over 25 work out to yesterday. So according to Trending Stocks, Cal at Trending Stocks, he put up this video yesterday, and it says, pardon me, Noto hits PSU milestone. Big things coming for SoFi. CEO hits massive PSU. I thought we were still about 2 weeks away from this. I still thought, because I went back and looked at the historical data to determine when it was that SoFi went over $25. And that was about 70 days ago, 75 days ago. So, but the way that this thing is worked out, this payment is a weighted average. So I think since it's been between $29 and $30 for so long, that the weighted average worked out to be less than 90 days. It's kind of a variable period because of this weighted average, I guess. So I guess he got his bonus yesterday. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to YouTube and we're going to watch Cal. And according to Cal, this issuance of these performance shares is a bit of a form of dilution. But I read the very lengthy article by Seeking Alpha and where the author made it pretty clear that there really wasn't dilution. There wasn't really any dilution involved here. The dilution was not an issue, is what he said, the way it was worked out. The numbers all worked out. Now, if you don't know about this, I have this entire article, and if you want, I'll send you every page of it. If you're a Goliath member. And the article is very in-depth, very long. And let me see, I think I have to scroll up here to find it. Here it is. So this right here is the amount of money coming to Anthony Noto as of yesterday, I guess. And these shares, performance shares issued, total this much, which I think is about 20 million shares, I believe. Now I could be wrong. Maybe it's 2 million, but yeah, 2 million. But let's go over here to, hold on a second, folks. Just give me a second. Hey, I got some life on my computer. There's a little line down there now. There's a little white line on there. Something's happening. There's a shimmer of hope. All right, let's get over here to the video, which I just watched last night. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Listening to Cal, and I won't get a copyright violation because I'm going to stop this.
About SoFi. I want to go over some of the data points, what moved it, and go over copyright violation. But first, make sure hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So SoFi did go up 2.38%, 29.01 the low, 30.37 the high, but very low volume. So 56 million shares being traded, 76 is the average. So there was a couple different things really affecting SoFi. One was Upstart. So Upstart did have their earnings, wasn't necessarily the best. So of course, I think Wall Street always does compare Upstart and SoFi because being the fintech lenders out there. So I think that's one attributing factor why SoFi did get dragged down a little bit. Plus, after hours, Robinhood is unveiling the earnings and potentially how that plays out. That could really impact SoFi as well. And maybe that's why SoFi is going down exactly right now. But nonetheless, there was a lot of good data points that did come out. So early on, we did have ADP employment. So because of the whole shutdown, we haven't had that much in labor data, and that's why Powell couldn't really confirm a cut for the upcoming December meeting, and why he kind of stuck to a neutral standpoint. But this ADP employment change did come in at 42,000, forecast of 20,000. Very good stuff. But of course, the market doesn't really want positive labor data. It went somewhat negative, not overly negative, just enough to justify a rate cut. Because of this positive data, it did cause this to go down. So right now there's a 64.5% likelihood of a 25 basis point cut for the upcoming December 10th meeting. We also have a big data point coming out tomorrow morning, and that is challenger job cuts. So
folks, what I'm doing is I'm showing you what Cal put up yesterday because I have been telling everybody that Anthony Noto was about to get a massive bonus in a couple of weeks. But apparently that's not true, that he's already received this bonus, and I'm going to play this for you right now.
We'll kind of wait and see how that plays out. But nonetheless, market did like this positive data. ISM services also did come in at 52.4, forecast of 50.8. So anything above 50 shows more of an expansion. So definitely that was good. The only other thing that kind of came out was this. So early on in the morning, Trump was scheduling a weight loss drug announcement and then predicts stock market highs. And I believe he even did a tweet or something saying that the markets recently hit like 11, 12 records or something like that. Most likely he's kind of taking credit for it. I don't really care how he takes credit for it, as long as he keeps saying the things he's saying and really pushing the market higher. I don't think anyone's going to complain. So, nonetheless, this is why you did see the market really move higher. And plus, maybe one underlying point as well is yesterday it was just being artificially suppressed through algorithmic trading.
Okay, so look here, folks. We've got a breakthrough. We actually have an image on the computer. Good thing I gave it 20 minutes. I still cannot come down here and put anything in this window down here. However, I want to put in disk defrag, but hopefully it's repairing itself from me taking off the AVG antivirus bullcrap yesterday. But Kat, how many shares do CBM Tide? Turn it off. They're going to close your page. You're incorrect, CI. As long as I show this video and I monitor, I stop and I talk about it in the middle of it and moderate it, then I'm allowed to do this. I already know this. As long as I stop the video and I discuss things, add things, or discuss other things, it's free to do what I'm doing here. I can do this. I will not get a copyright violation, and I will not get my stream shut down. I already know this. I've learned it from watching other people that do other people's videos, and I asked him, "Hey man, what's going on here? Aren't they gonna just cut you off?" And he said, "No, as long as I stop the video and pause it every once in a while and talk about things, then I can do this." So I know my rights, and so I can do this. And now you know that you can do it too.
Big money was buying up the dip across the board. So maybe just it was all the combination pieced together. That's what prompted institutions just to buy the dip. So let me know your thoughts on that.
And also, I'm not going to show this whole thing. I want to jump forward to where he gets his performance share bonus.
Across her platforms.
Oh, by the way, apparently some big social media individual has come on as SoFi's first chief of financial empowerment, and whoever this is, this social media has a huge following of, like, I don't know, millions or something, and so I guess this is some big news for SoFi. The one-stop shop for digital finance services today announced their financial specialist, New York Times bestseller author, CEO and founder of your rich BFF, Vivian Tu, has been named the company's first honorary chief of financial empowerment. Throughout her career, Tu has built a community of 10 million followers across her platforms. In this new honorary role, Tu will collaborate on financial literacy content and lead a generational wealth fund initiative set to launch in 2026. So this is some other good SoFi news right here. And let me move forward to the performance bonuses now.
Was posted by Lucid Insider, signaling that Anthony Noto is getting 2 million shares. That's as long as SoFi closed above $22 today, which, of course, I think was fair to assume that it was.
All right, so let me hear this, back this up a little bit.
Insider signaling that.
Hold on.
Sell. It's a good FYI, ultimately. So let me know your thoughts on that. The only other thing that kind of came out was posted by Lucid Insider, signaling that Anthony Noto is getting 2 million shares. That's as long as SoFi closed above $22 today, which, of course, I think was fair to assume that it was going to. And this is all from back in 2021. So June 2021, the Compensation Committee granted a PSU award of 6.4 million shares. And so ultimately there was certain milestones. So 25, 35, and 45. So ultimately SoFi needed to close above, for instance, a VWAP of 90 days over $25, and I guess today was that 90th trading day. So turns out he's going to be getting 2 million shares. I did see some questions in the comments whether this is dilution or not. Technically it is, but in all fairness, without these awards, possibly the argument could be made that maybe Anthony wouldn't have been as ambitious or kind of strived for these targets. Because yeah, if not, then why would he really be hustling as much as he has been? So I feel like these awards are very much necessary, even though it is dilution. One thing as well to take note of, though, is that currently there's about 1.2 billion outstanding shares. So kind of diluting 2 million, it's just a drop in the bucket. So
Yeah.
don't pay attention to anyone really kind of spinning that as a bearish narrative, because it.
All right, so there's the deal, folks. There's the deal. Apparently, he's just received, I guess, 2 million shares. But the only way that there would be any dilution via this way, in my opinion, is if you jumped on the market and sold him right now. And I've got news for you: he's not in a desire to sell any shares of a stock that's probably going to be $100 a share within 5 years. Okay, so he's not a. I don't think he's in any hurry to sell a share, and he's never ever has he sold one single share. Never. He's never departed from one single share that he owns. And and I don't believe he's going to now. So I just wanted to share that with you, that it looks as though he's reached the milestone. He got his first performance share bonus, and so did Chris LaPointe. And in this picture that I'm showing you, this third individual, White, who was supposed to get 6 million just 2 months ago, left the company or was fired. I don't know what happened, but he's not on their webpage anymore in the board of directors. He's not there. So I think he may have never even gotten this money, this White individual. But anyway, so the $25 target has been met and satisfied, and $53 million worth of SoFi stock. Let's do this. Alexa, what is 53 million divided by 28?
53 million divided by 28 is approximately 1,892,857.1429.
Okay, so that makes sense. He didn't get paid the money in cash. He got paid in shares. Let me try this. Alexa, what is 53,500,000 divided by 30?
53,500,000 divided by 30 is approximately 1,766,683.3333.
Okay. So that's the gig. And I thought he was just going to be getting a bunch of cash. And the funny thing, I was saying, with all that cash, now let me, on my own defense, I learned or picked that up from Uncle Bruce. Uncle Bruce gave me the impression, from the way he explained it, was that Anthony Noto was going to be getting $53 million. And at that time, he would have the ability to purchase shares out of their trust, out of SoFi's trust. And he had options to buy those shares at incredibly low prices, like $11 and $12 and $13. That's what I learned from Uncle Bruce, because he gave a very, very, when this whole deal came out, he explained it very, very well, these performance share bonuses. And but apparently he was in error about how it was going to be paid out. Looks as though instead he got just shares handed to him. And I'm sure he's very happy about that. It's $53 million worth of SoFi stock he's got, folks. So congratulations. And that would be, in my opinion, 2 million shares more that are not available for the shorts to borrow. And the short borrowing has dropped to one of the lowest rates ever. Let's go over here and see what it is right now. Hold on. All right, let's turn this back on.
In the bucket, absolutely nothing. 8.38% of the free float is being shorted.
All right, so this number that he's giving you, 8.38% of the available shares are being shorted. Ladies and gentlemen, a year and a half ago, even a year ago, they were shorting 30% of this stock. They were up to even 32%, and now only 8%. I'm telling you, folks, this stock, SoFi, someday soon, there will be so few shorters left that they won't even have an effect on the price whatsoever, okay, for SoFi. The shorts will be so tired of losing money on this thing that they'll just throw in the towel, and there will be probably 5% of this shares available outstanding overall. 5% or 6% is all that will be shorted because they're just losing so much money trying to short this stock. This number that he gives out here of how many shares are being shorted is the lowest I think I've ever heard.
Be 99.23 million shares.
99.23 million. That is virtually, I mean, that's a milestone in itself of SoFi to have the shorters so few. So anyway, right now there's 1.2 billion shares of SoFi outstanding, but I just wanted to share with you this information. Now this morning, I need to, man, we've almost got this. Hey, look at this. We've got a window now down here to type in. Yay. Man, this thing is starting to show a little bit of possibilities. Let's see if we can type in this window or not. And I want to put disk, and no typing yet there still. Okay. But we're slowly making, and we don't have, let's see if it'll open the internet just for the kicks and grins. Hey, it looks like it's going to start the internet up. Maybe. But what I want to do on this, oh yeah, I want to do a disk defrag on this. Someone mentioned it, and I said, I don't know whether I need to even do a disk defrag on this computer or not, but if I can, I'm going to do it. But right now, it's not doing too well. It doesn't feel well, this computer. And when is Black Friday? Does anybody know when that is? What day it's on? Because I'm going to go get me a new laptop. Black Friday. Or maybe I'll have Brunette or Di come on in over here and bring him over here to Toronto and from Toronto. And he can go computer shopping with me. Or maybe prices are even better in Toronto than they are in the U.S. I don't know. Someone was telling me about a Cyber Monday. What day is that on? Because I want to buy a new laptop that day. Now, apparently this morning, CMBM released earnings. Cam Bam released earnings. Jack Green Tyler is not a spender. I'm not. Really, I'm not. I'm an investor. Well, right now in the pre-market, it's up 2%. So it sure hasn't been hurt by an earnings report that came out. Let's see. Hey, what is this thing doing? Something's going on. My computer's actually trying to work. But what I want to do is a disk defrag on this thing. Good morning, Ellis. New egg, you can buy a laptop with crypto. Huh. Cool. This computer is coming to life, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. It has some glimmer of hope. Okay. And I got to type in something here. I've got to type in disk defrag. Now, someone had told me that I don't need to do a disk defrag or because of the type of computer this is, but I don't understand why it would be given here as an option if it wasn't available on the computer to do on the computer. Now, just give me a second here. Aha. It says go to command prompt run SFC /scan now. How do I get to command prompt? Down here where I've got disk defragment, and it has defragment and optimized drives right there. I see. Well, I just clicked on it. Let's see what this silly thing does. But anyway, this thing is not feeling good after yesterday's my decision to take off AVG. It just decided to, it was already slow and sluggish, and I thought, man, this damn AVG just keeps throwing up pop-up after pop-up on me, and they're annoying as hell, and I just decided to get rid of AVG. And once I did that, maybe that just unleashed every virus that they had been keeping the computer from having. So anyway, like I said, it may be all over for this computer, and that's okay. It's seen its time. We're operating on an old operation system, and yeah, Window R button. Okay, we're going there. Maybe it'll come on. I got Window R now. We'll just give it time. So I want to show you guys something interesting this morning. And that is, I was talking about Anthony Noto getting this performance share bonus in a couple of weeks. Well, guess what? He already got it. They got it yesterday, folks. They reached, as long as SoFi closed over $22 a share yesterday, which it obviously did, he got his bonus, folks. 2 million shares goes to Anthony Noto today. And the one on the bottom here, I don't even think he's working anymore. White, I think that I don't see him on the picture on the homepage. He's not there. White is not there in the board of directors, so he may not have gotten that 6 million. And but I got some other pictures to show you something interesting this morning. As you all know, I have a sheet on it that's a buy-sell sheet, and as a matter of fact, I'll open this up right now. Just give me a second here. Buy, sell. There we go. Buy, sell cheat sheet. All right. Now, on this sheet here, I have a bunch of numbers where to sell. And I have other numbers here where to buy back after you sell, okay? Now, even though these numbers are in the ones, These numbers apply to any price. It could be 367, 368, 369. It could be $8.67, 868, 869. It doesn't matter. It's on the pennies that you're selling, folks. Now, we had someone come in that was visited the tank and said, you don't know what you're talking about. This is ridiculous. These numbers are you're just looking for these numbers and they don't mean anything, he said, or she said. Well, the name of the person was Savannah. So all of us here on the channel were under the impression that this person commenting was Savannah was a lady. And I was trying to tell her that no, these numbers really do mean something. And she was arguing that they didn't, and I was ridiculous. So let me show you, first of all, some numbers I have here pointed out. One of the numbers I have is one of the biggest numbers is the number down at the bottom there, the number 88. And I want to make sure my camera isn't zoomed in before I go any further, because I know my camera likes to zoom in without me knowing it. So, nope, you can see this. Okay, good. So, this number that I have, the numbers that I have here on this, there we go. So, I want you to look at some of these numbers specifically. 88 right there, 66 right here, and the number 38 right there, okay? And the number 8, of course. So let me show you the pricing action on this CMBM, and I think you'll find this interesting. So here yesterday afternoon at 2:15, this is what I like to call the vaginal drop. And this right here, folks, the number that they dropped it to at exactly 2:15 with a massive sell, certain price. And you want to guess what that price was? I'll show you. 66266. Savannah, I know what I'm talking about, okay? These numbers that I have on my buy-sell sheet, the buyback over here, buyback, 67, 66, 67, okay? This is a manipulative number, folks, in the market. It's used every day, every single day, okay? That number's used every day. And so why I have it on my sheet. And what do you know? They drove this price down to that price, the 266. And as soon as they got it, seconds later, it was already back up to 275. This was probably there for 1 second, folks, because they put in a massive sell order at 266. The reason they put in the sell order here when the price was up here in the 279s, 280, the reason they put it in is because they wanted to acquire shares and go long at 266. They wanted to buy shares for this price and go long there. So they actually, either they themselves sold that many to buy there, or they had another entity sell them for them. They can call BlackRock, for example, and they can say, hey, will you guys sell enough of your shares of such and such to get us this price? And BlackRock, and this is just I learned this from Jim Cramer, the guy with Mad Money on CNBC, that they make phone calls to individuals and they can get them to sell shares. All they got to do is compensate them for it. And the way this works so cool for the people that are going to sell the shares is once they get a phone call from someone who wants to buy the price at 266, then they take a short position themselves. BlackRock can take a short position on this price at 280, and then they can sell a bunch of shitload of this shares because they own millions of shares of every single company, and they can just sell it till it falls to 266, and then their customer gets what they want. they get to buy the 266, and then the Bitcoin goes over to BlackRock. Now, I'm just throwing that out as my speculation. I could be completely wrong, but what do you know? They dropped the price right there, Savannah. And by the way, later on, I found out that Savannah, the one that doesn't believe my numbers are right and don't mean anything, I found out Savannah's not a woman at all. It's a guy. Savannah, I went over to his channel and found out Savannah is actually a guy. Yeah, he has preferences to think of himself as a girl, apparently, but he's actually a guy. And so we always talk about him whenever numbers that I have on my sheet come up, and there they are, folks. Now, after that, more interestingly, is after the price fell to this amount of 266, which is on my buy sheet, then the next rise was to this high, 288, Savannah. Look at that. And ladies and gentlemen, the reason I point this out is because it says right here, sell at 86, 87, 88. It tells you to start selling at 83, 84, but 87, 88, 89. There's a reason I have these numbers on here, folks. There's a reason I have a buy at 66 and then a sell at 88. And I hope this makes sense to you. Okay. Now, let me get up here. I've got the Windows R, then type command CMD, okay? All right, and go. The time to spend, thank you. It's not that defrag won't run or work. It's because it will cause a lot of read writes, okay? You can download Glary Utilities and run that 3 times. All right? Well, right now I'm doing a command prompt. And we'll wait till that pops up. Now, I want to show you more over here, folks. Just hold on. I'm not done with these pictures, photos. So they take it down to 266. They bring it up to 288. And then they drop it to this number right here, 280. Then the next picture, they raise the price from 280. So you had a 288 down to 280, and then they raise it to this number, 293. 293, folks. And if you'll look on my buy sell sheet, you'll see these numbers right here. Sell 92 and 93. Isn't that interesting? Sell 92, 93. And lo and behold, there it is. The number that they just hit right there at the top, 293, 293. Then the next picture they ran it down to from 293 was to 286, where I would have had a buyback. As a matter of fact, if you look at this, it says right here, after you sell the 92, 93, your buyback could be here as low as 77 and 78, but it really is, at this point, it was only 88 they got it back to, only 88. So after you sold the 92, 93, you got to buy it back at the 88. That's the least it will go is that much, okay? And it did. It went that much. And then after it went to down to the 88, 87, 86, then the next price it went to was up to 290. Hold on. And then down to what price after 290? 276. After the 293 sell, right here, you got to buy back at 276. And again, if you look right here, look what it says here. Sell the 92 and the 93 and buy back afterwards. Look at that number. 78, folks, I've got a buyback. After you sell at 92 and 93, I've got a buyback at 78. And lo and behold, look what they ran it down to. 76. So, folks, these numbers that I have on my buy-sell sheet, they're not there just willy-nilly, okay? All right, I'm back over here now, and I have this in my command prompt. So what do I type in now? The time to spend. All right, the time to spend. So I've got this in here now. What do I type now? SCF space. All right. Uh-oh. Not responding. Huh. Hold on a second. We'll give it time. And I appreciate, okay, here we go. So we got to put in S. Oh, there, we've got it. Well, we've already got an S. SCF space. All right, SCF space / and then scan now. Uh-oh. Scan no is not correct. Scan now. Delete that. And that's what I got. So let's move forward and hit enter. Okay, I hit enter and it didn't do anything yet. Well, maybe it'll take a while. And by the way, folks, you might want to this individual who's helping me with my laptop, you might want to pay attention to what he's just writing. Maybe take a picture or something with your phone so you'll know how you can maybe work on your computer if you have issues with it. SFC, not SCF. Oh, well, crap. Okay. SFC is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program, or batch file. All right, hold on. SFC / scan now. SFC space / SCANNOW. Do I have it right? Oh, God. No space /. Yeah, I have it right. All right, let's hit enter. Okay, let's see what it does. No capital S? Oh, God. Oh, geez. SFC space / scan now. Yay, you must be an administrator running a console session in order to use the SFC utility. Huh. Okay, well, we tried. Dennis Seneca says not going to work. All right, well, we tried anyway. We tried, ladies and gentlemen. We've tried it all. This computer needs to go bye-bye. Computador needs to hit the door. Someone said download Glary Utilities and run that 3 times. Well, let's see if we can get this thing to even get the internet running. It might take a while for the internet to even come up. Very interesting to see CMBM today not even moving at all. Use the demo, okay. Well, right now we can't even get the internet to connect. Ah, here we go. It looks like it's going to come on. All right, we're making progress. SoFi over $30. The CEO, Anthony Noto, did in fact get his performance share bonus as of yesterday. Anthony Noto is worth $53 million more today than he was yesterday. That's right. The CEO of SoFi just received 2 million shares of SoFi stock. We do not want to restore the page. Okay, so I'm going to go and search Google for Glary Utilities. Glary Utilities free download. Hey, you know what? If you guys go over to Amazon and you type in Tyler Self, I wonder what's going to happen. I've never done it, but I thought I'm going to look. Ah, there's all my music. There's all my music on Amazon. You can listen for free to parts of these songs. There's my beautiful wife, Cheryl. She's in several of my videos. Tyler Self. Those are just some of my songs, folks. I have a lot more. I have 125 original songs on a playlist on YouTube. Go check them out. And also, if you put in Tyler Self, The Cube, you might find my book. There it is. There's my book right there, Tyler Self, The Cube. If you're interested. I got a 4-star review on my book. And I have a patent on this thing called a hidden element puzzle, which I have a patent on. And that's what this book is about. It's not about the patent, but it's about the puzzle. And that artwork you see on the side of the cube, it's actually, there's more to it. Hold on a second here. This is the cube right here. This is the cube right here. Now, my patent is called the hidden element puzzle. It's a utility patent that I have on this. And people can buy the rights to it if they want to. But the way this works is these are words. And if you flip this up, you can see the word thank you, Dad, for all you've done. And then this says, I sure am glad you've been the one. And then side 3 right here, numbered, to help me out when times got tough. Then side 4 is right here. I don't think I can say enough. Then side 5, but think this cube is one cool way. Side 6, to wish you happy Father's Day. And so Better Try Again says, that's dope. Thank you. And I have a patent on that idea. And it's called the hidden element puzzle. The hidden element puzzle patent. And I've licensed it out to someone in Canada that paid me $38,000 for the rights to manufacture with some things with it. And then he didn't do anything at all because right after he bought the rights to it, he got an offer from I actually won the licensing agreement for all of George Lucas films years back. And so George Lucas came out with another Star Wars movie. So right after he got my rights to my patent, which were 2 years, he bought them for 2 years. And he got that deal because Star Wars came out with another movie. And so he had to start licensing all this Star Wars stuff again. And he didn't have time to do anything with my patent. But anyway, there's all kinds of things that can be made with these patents that I have. All types of artwork that can be made, I should say. And it's really limitless what you can do. You can make these things I call speak owls, and every time I try to locate this folder where I have all of my, I always seem to have trouble finding it. But I do have a whole bunch of them somewhere. One day I'll find them again and I'll show them to you. But some of my speak owls. But at any rate, right now, I'm at a loss for as to where they are. They're in a manila envelope here somewhere. And I can't show you my speak owls now, unfortunately. Because once again, I put them somewhere where I keep saying I'm going to put these things where I can find them easily. And then every time I go to look for them, they're not there. Right where I suspected they would be. And so, once again, I failed to be able to show you what my speak owls look like. Ah, here they are. So, there can be all types of things done with these, but like this here, will you please be my Valentine? So, anyway. This will be another one here. You were wise to consider all the angles. So, anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. It's just another part of Catfish Tyler's many diversified interests and involvements. Okay, well, unfortunately, my other laptop is going to be uncooperative this morning and does not want to come on and doesn't want to load the internet. There, I think it might now. Ah, look at that. We've got something here. Looking for Glary Utilities download. Hey, we found it. All right, so I want to click on this, I guess. Free system utilities, okay? Good morning, Crafts with Cat. Good morning, Mark. Smart man. Thank you. Also, just so you're aware of it, to any new viewers, please come over while you're listening to me teach you how to day trade today, and you can hear my music that's on Spotify. I have about 65 songs on here on Spotify. Come on over and give me a listen. Give them a listen. And this song here is a pretty fun song called Julio's song. And come on over and give my songs a listen, folks, on Spotify. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, please. Don't just listen, but do subscribe, please. And all right, so here's where we are now with trying to fix my computer. And I want to thank you very much the time to spend. So right now, I guess I'm going to go with the one over here on the left, Gary Utilities Free, correct? And okay, got it. And up here it says downloads. But right now, this thing is operating so sluggishly. Hold on just a minute here. Maybe later you can sing a SoFi song. Sure. Play something, man. You want to play one of my songs? I'll play you a song I dedicated to Tom Petty when he passed away.
First they said he was dead,
and they said they were wrong. But the waiting is over, we all now know he's gone. So I'm singing this song and saying goodbye to a person free falling, now learning to fly away. He was an American girl, yeah, he told us all so. His guitar gently wept while he put on a show. Mary Jane of romance, of which he wrote a song, and they shared one last dance before she moved on. Oh yeah, before she was gone. And he said, I won't back down to those damn record labels. And he charted his own course because he was able. And he didn't break down. He was a tough refugee. You got lucky if you knew him indeed. So lucky were we. Now, I want you to know, in this song, there are actually 16 of his song titles. In the lyrics, I've written in 16 of his song titles. So you have to listen for them, but there are many titles of his songs that are written into the lyrics. You Got Lucky, as a matter, is one of the songs that he had. You got lucky. You got lucky, babe, when I found you. And so all of these songs are in the lyrics to this song. It was true what he said back in 79. Even the losers get lucky sometimes. But I guess like Tom said, now it's time to move on. You don't know how it feels. Seems unreal that he's gone away. You don't know how it feels. Him now, running down a dream, and I'm grateful to God for giving us this cool human being. But I should have known he'd be leaving this place. I should have known that the Lord will show His saving grace. And as I move forward, I'll hear His songs play, and they'll always bring memories of sweet younger days. On the radio waves, now his spirit lives on, and we'll never forget the way Tommy played a song. But Tommy's gone. Long gone. Rest in peace, Tommy. So, the very beginning of that song, my guitar player, Jamie Laritz. Good morning, Brunette or Die. We've already been talking about you this morning. We are in the stages of trying to get our computer to work today. I took that AVG antivirus off of this Dell laptop, and it didn't like it when I did that at all, and it decided it didn't want to work anymore. And so right now, somebody told me about this
that I could run right here. It's called Glary's Utilities. It's free. And so he said, download this and run it 3 times. So I'm going to download this now. Yep, you. We were talking about you. We certainly were. We were talking about you because you've helped me out with my blow off duster and my dust brushes and my many other things, including my morning startup list. There you go. So your contributions have been many and vast. So I'm trying to now get my computer to come back to some senses. And so I'm downloading right now this help from someone told me Glary's Utilities download. So we gonna give it a try. Yeah, AVG, oh my God. Yeah, it was all over my computer. It was eating it alive. It was consuming my computer. That song that you just heard, Tommy's Gone, you know, if you listen to the very beginning of that, there's something catchy about it. I want to play it for you one more time. Just listen to the very beginning of this song, Tommy's Gone. All right, what you just heard, does anybody recognize that? This is pure genius by my guitar player, Jamie Loritz. When I sent him this song, he put that little lick in at the beginning of the song, and I thought it was pure musical genius. Because what you just heard there at the beginning of that song that I just played for you was the intro to his Tom Petty song, Breakdown. And he put that in as the intro to this song. Isn't that genius? You are right if you love me. It's all right if you don't. I thought it was great. Bicylindrico, hello there. Holy cow, we got someone in the tank splashing around that's been here for 2 years. 2 years Bicylindrico has been here. So I'm trying to download right now. Yep. Anyway, it's not downloading. The page is there, but it might be just going very, very, very slow. Anyway, I'm going to be getting a new computer, brunette or die. I've decided to go and bite the bullet and get a new computer. So what I asked was, if I'm not correct, yes, after I uninstalled it, I did reboot the computer. I did shut the computer completely off and restart the computer. And It almost didn't want to restart. It took 30 minutes for the start screen, Windows start screen, to come back up. It's got issues. It's got major issues. So it's time to go after you uninstalled it. It's time to go and get a new computer. So Brunette or Die, are you still here right now with me? Because I know you know quite a bit about computers. Are you here? Okay. What I wanted to know is, aren't you, if I recall correctly, don't you live over near Toronto, Canada? Pennsylvania. Okay. I don't know why I thought you were in Toronto. Because I was going to suggest we meet and you help me buy my next computer. Because I'm going to be buying one on Cyber Monday. Dennis Seneca says, I'm in New Jersey. All right. Well, I'm going to be going and buying a new laptop to stream with on Cyber Monday. And I'm looking for suggestions. JG, CMBM didn't gain traction. Well, they had earnings today. Someone said, we can talk if you want. Okay. JG says, I'm in Penns Woods, Pennsylvania. Are you saying Pennsylvania woods? You're in the woods in Pennsylvania? Are you hunting? JG is Brunette or Die. I guess you guys are neighbors. If you're in Pennsylvania, and he said I'm in Penns Woods, so I don't know if that means Pennsylvania's woods. JG might be living in a tent, out of a tent in the woods. Rudiggity says MSC book. William Penn called it that. Okay. Hunting and trading at the same time. Yes, it's really, we're hunting for stocks. So he's hunting for game while he's hunting for stocks. Someone said that CMBM released earnings today. Man, you can't ask for more perfection than that, though, to be able to go hunting and trade. That's phenomenal. How do you like my poster I got back there in the background? Lenovo 512 gigabyte hard drive, i7 processor. All right. Let me capture that, screen capture that. All right, I got that. So, Dennis, let's go look it up right now. Hold on a second here. Lenovo 512 gigabyte hard drive. $16 gigabyte RAM. That doesn't seem like very much gigabyte in RAM, though, does it? Earnings today on CSV. Okay. Lenovo. Hold on. i7 processor. This is what you're suggesting I get right here? i7 business laptop. It's got 4. And I can stream from this, no problem. And it won't have any difficulty streaming all day long. And I can do, can I put on my Audacity and record songs? I can put on, will it have a capability? Can you not get a 32 gig? Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Get higher RAM for streaming. Yep. All right. Okay, here's 32 gigabyte. Because I put in 32 gigabyte RAM. Yeah, I select 32 gigabyte. i7 processor. But this only says 16 gigabyte RAM. Why are they might not even make it. Yeah, get a Mac, you won't go back. LOL, says Mark. No idea. They do. 2-star review. LOL. Ridiggity says 14-inch screen is kind of small. Yes. Okay, well, I appreciate everybody helping me with this because this is going to be what we're all going to be looking at, folks, for the next 2 years at least. So we need to work together to find us a 32 gigabyte at least that we can stream with. That can also handle the needs of me doing. Yeah, that's a baby laptop. I hear you. We also need a computer that can handle me doing recordings on it. I do a lot of audio. Obviously, I'm a musician, so I like to put on my Audacity, and it requires a lot of capability when you're using Audacity to do all this music and record music and do multi-tracking and then this sounds and everything that you're doing. And the smaller screen would be perfect for when his camera likes to zoom by itself. Dell Pro 16. All right, let's go look at that. Dell Pro 16 Plus. Dell Pro 16. Premium, okay. Or Max. Oh my gosh. Look at all this. Shalal Hassan, Asus ROG Zephyrus Duo 16 gaming laptop. Whoa. 1 terabyte. Wow. Windows 11. All right. So let's just look at this one here first. Let's look at this one. All right. Dell 16 Pro. $749. And we got Cyber Monday coming up here soon. Hey, does anybody know what day Cyber Monday is on? or Razer Blade 18. Make sure it has an M2 for hard drive instead of standard SSD. Okay. Wow, we got a lot of computer knowledge on this channel, don't we? Those Windows laptops are costing as much as Macs. Yeah. Don't listen to these plonker. You end up ending your career buying that shit. Aim for a gaming PC that will cover you for everything. Okay. Hey, listen, everybody's just trying. Somebody says Monday. What day is Cyber? December 1st. Okay. All right. So we're going to have to suffer through for a month. Oh, gosh. This Dell is already doing Black Friday sales. And Doc Airlines says, what a ripoff. You're talking about the Dell computers are a ripoff for $749? Set a budget and start from there. All right. Well, I'm trying to download this Gary's Utilities right now, and I have had no success. But I'm trying to download it. Go to New Egg. Okay. New Egg. New Egg laptops. All right. I hear you. We're looking for the ASUS ROG Zephyrus. ASUS. All right. New Egg laptop. ASUS. There we go. ASUS. ROG. ASUS ROG. Yike! That's $1,900. That's a little steep. That one there, 1,000. That's more in my price range. Hold on a second here. I want to try something else. All right. New ASUS ROG Zephyrus. Moonlight White, $731. Says that this one here has been refurbished by eBay. eBay refurbished. The Abacus is the only computer that can get a virus. It can't get a virus. The Abacus. Buy an Abacus and be done with it. All right. Hey, I really appreciate it, everybody. I'm just... Abacus laptop. ABACUS. Not one found. Not one found on eBay. Okay, hold on. Oh. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I need to get some volume put up on this. All right, it says, here we go. It is recommended that you close all other applications, which I have, so we're hitting next. And we're going to click I agree. Okay. And next. Am I back on, ladies and gentlemen? It looks like we might have somebody said I crashed. Am I crashed out? No, it's streaming, it's running. Yay, he's back. It's working. Yay, we good. All right. Thank you, Alex B. I had to reset my phone. All right. Create a desktop icon. Create a quick launch icon. Join the Customer Experience Improvement Program. No, thank you. But install. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let the repairs begin. Crikey. You had the spinning wheel. You crashed out before, LOL. Well, soon that we're going to resolve all these crashings and bashings and problems. We're going to get ourselves a new computer, folks. We're going shopping, computer shopping. Somebody says they've already got some cyber deals going on here and there. So right now we are going to extract this repair, waiting for Gary's utilities to be installed. And this could take a very long time. But at least we're moving forward and making a progression. So I guess we're going to have to wait on this a while. But it is preparing, and it's going to do this. So now, someone mentioned earlier this morning that CMBM was releasing earnings today. I don't see. Let me go up here. Rusty Prater, good morning, CI. Cincy, hello to you. This is Catfish. CMBM, yeah, Rudiggity said CMBM earnings are out. And I guess there were no big surprises because it's not down or up at all, really. But so on our other laptop that we took AVG virus off of yesterday, this is the progression of the download that we're doing right now to try to fix up our computer. And this guy said run it 3 times after you download it. So Ridiggity says, oh, sorry, it says tomorrow morning. I read on X they did 40 million Mincom with $47 M orders. Is the new mayor of New York City an insult to 9/11 victims? Blackwall Mood, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what that video is. If you watched it, we're unsubbing. Hey, Tyler, what do you think about Michael Burry shorting PLTR? I didn't realize that he was shorting PLTR, but I don't think anybody shorting PLTR is very wise. PLTR is a stock that I've held for over 2.5 years now, and I was telling people to buy it a long, long time ago. And you know it's gone way up since then. So we're approaching the 1/3 way through of this download, and looks like we may be able to get our computer up and running again, thanks to the help of one of our viewers this morning who suggested I do this. And YouTube, code of conduct violation under another violation can result in live stream ending. I see that. Kat, how many shares do CMBM think you turn it off? They're going to close your page. Yeah, they will warn you, but if they see you jump onto someone else's stream, you'll get that warning. But then if they notice that you're actually doing a commentation on the video and interjecting things, then they won't do anything. They go, okay, that's cool. Earlier this morning, I showed a video from Cal's channel, Trending Stocks, because I touched on several points. One of them is that Anthony Noto did receive his bonus. The bonus I was talking about yesterday, he got it yesterday. He got it yesterday because the way it was arranged was the $25 price target to get the bonus was on an aggregate, over a 90-day aggregate, a variable, if you will. And since the price was so much higher than 25 for so long, he didn't have to wait for 90 days. It cut the period down. So Anthony Noto got $53 million worth of SoFi stock yesterday, people. 2 million shares went to Anthony Noto yesterday, in case you weren't aware of that. Irvin says Duolingo looks cheap in the pre-market. Thank you, Irvin. Jack Green, Muddy Bites, tie, Mud Boy Tyler. If it has an SSD, don't. Cyber Monday, yep. Real stock profiters don't wait till Black Friday. We are paid every day. Oh, God. Tyler's not a spender. December 1st, Cyber Monday, got it. Newegg, you can buy a laptop with crypto. Nice. Good morning, everyone. Ellis, thank you. Good morning. The time to spend is the one who told me that this is what I should be doing. So I'm doing it right now to try to get my computer back up and running more optimally. And so our download is almost complete. Thank you, everyone, by the way, who's been helping me this morning with this effort to get my computer salvaged. And good morning from Bobby Batson. Hello and welcome. Good morning. Guten Morgen. Tom, good morning. Flip Stacks, Da Don, welcome. Good morning. Flip Stacks, do you know how holy water is made? He pulled the hell out of it. That's good. Nice joke this morning. Flip Stacks, Da Don. Thank you. Little humor. Anthony should donate some shares to the tank as much support as you've provided for SoFi. I hear you, man. All right, here we go. Let's click finish on this. Run it, it says, and view release notes, okay? Finish. Let's run it. Trident Cobra Trader says, what you going to trade? What you going to trade today, bro? Well, we got our eyes on several stocks we're going to be trading. And we've got a whole long list of stocks that people have called out just in the last 2 days. So some of these we're going to watch very closely. SMX we're going to watch closely. FOXO, MTC, MTC. We're going to be looking at these. Okay, how do you want to open this? Okay, now let me show you one of the dumbest things ever designed into computers, and that is this. When you see this window right here open up, and I want to make sure everybody can see this. And you can. When you see this window open up and you choose one of these, this is the stupidest thing ever for them to default that check right there. Don't ever leave that thing checked. This should be defaulted off, because if you choose one of these and this one doesn't open the daggum thing you want opened, then you're always just going to use that same one over. It's the stupidest thing in the world of computerism that I've ever seen. This is so dumb. Do not default always use this app, because if you try to open it with this or this or this and it does not work, you are from there on screwed over. So this is the stupidest thing ever to be defaulted. This block checked, always use this app. Don't ever do that, folks. Don't ever do that. Please. Don't do it. Just try one, and if it doesn't work, then you can try another one. But if this thing defaults to that, you're screwed, folks. You'll never get past this point again. You'll never get to choose another one if this one doesn't work. Just so you know. Okay. No, I'm still in CMBM. Okay, so when I just clicked on that, it's sending me to activate Gary's Utility Pro now, and I don't want to do any of that. I clicked run. It should be running this thing. Ah, here it is. Okay. So, is this thing running right now? All right, can close the web page. All right. All right. Enable deep cleaning and fixing. All right, so listen. Yes, the time to spend. Listen, am I supposed to click right here? One click maintenance. It says right there in the middle of the screen, overview, one click maintenance, clean up and repair, optimize and improve. If deep clean works, run it, okay? Enable deep cleaning and fixing. No, 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 no. Activate a license. I don't want to activate a license. Okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go up here, one click maintenance. And now over here, I put registry cleaner, shortcuts fixer, disk repair, tracks eraser, temporary files cleaner, and startup manager. All right, so any of these I want to do? Do I want to do disk repair? Yeah, I had DuckDuckGo at one time. I actually did. But every time I went to YouTube, it wanted to default to go through DuckDuckGo, and it became a real, sort of a little bit of a hassle. Check all, okay. All right. And it says scan for issues. So I'm going to scan now, right? Going for scan for issues. Now, the thing I hate about some of these things is after it scans, it tells you got 2,500 problems and files and blah, blah, blah. And then it says, here's how you can remove them. And then it charges you. Then it wants to charge you. All right, we're scanning and we're working it. And we're going to click automatically repair, right? Automatically repair. Okay. And folks, this is what you might be able to do to your computer too. If you are having issues with performance, it's a site called Glary Utilities, and I just downloaded the free download, and now we're going to try to optimize the performance of this old laptop. And if you like this kind of content, I hope you'll consider hitting the like button and subscribing. But we all like to hit the like button at the same moment in time. And now would be not the time. We'll do it at 8:56 and 8 seconds. So in about a minute from now, we'll all hit the like button at the same time, if you don't mind. And I wouldn't mind at all if you put a heart on the screen for me. And let's get a little love flowing into the tank this morning. Let's get a heart on for you and a heart on for me. There's a heart on the screen for everybody to see. There's a heart on for me and a heart on for you. There's a heart on the screen and all the shorts are getting screwed. All right. Thank you. And now we're going to do a countdown to hitting the like button simultaneously. Here we go. We're going to start the countdown right now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Please hit the like button right there. I'd appreciate it if you do. And we can get the likes up from 12 to another number that would be better. I'd appreciate it very, very much. And the algorithm, you know what it does for the algorithm when everybody's hitting that like button at the same time? And hey, so this scan is now, it says 92 issues have been found. 92 issues found. Whoa, 303 issues found with Trax Eraser. Whew. And we continue now. We're getting down to temporary files cleaner now is working, and then startup manager next. So we're rocking and rolling this morning. By the way, the stock CMBM that we've been trading lately and own a bunch of shares of and hold is going to be releasing earnings tomorrow. Tomorrow's earnings day on CMBM. And as far as SoFi, ladies and gentlemen, I got news for you. Anthony Noto has reached his bonus level already. I thought it was going to be a couple of weeks out, but he's already reached it. Because as I told you yesterday, it's an aggregate bonus. It's an average bonus. And SoFi's price has now been so high over 25 for so long that it lowered the length of time from 90 days to just yesterday. So Anthony Noto yesterday received, or today is going to receive, 2 million shares of SoFi stock. That's right. Anthony Noto is about to receive, or has already received, 2 million shares of SoFi stock. It says Microsoft Edge needs to be closed to clean the cache. Do you want to close Microsoft Edge? Yes. CI says, I don't trust any of these programs. It's like John McAfee. He built that to catch all the criminals. Yeah, I hear you. So one of the things that I was confused about in regards to Anthony Noto receiving this $53 million is he's not receiving $53 million in cash. He's receiving $53 million in shares. And so that'll be 2 million shares that Anthony Noto just acquired that will never be able to be shorted again, those 2 million shares, because he never sells any of his stock. He's never sold a single share of SoFi stock, and he's not probably going to either. He's going to let his children and his children's children and their children have that SoFi stock. And one day, stock that was at $5 or less per share will be $50 a share. And then it'll be possibly even $500 a share. That's right. I think it's normal to pass shares instead of fiat. You're right. So, Anthony Noto, congratulations. You were successful to get the price to $25 a share. And I also believe you're also going to receive another $70 million when it gets to $35 a share, which I believe it certainly will be by June of next year. If SoFi stock price hits $35, he gets even more of a payout. I don't know whether you guys were aware of that or not, but I'll go over it just quickly, briefly for you guys. So those of you that don't know, guys or gals, I always say guys, but there are plenty of gals on this channel as well. And if you'll just give me a second here, I'll show you something. So, eight months from now, if SoFi's stock price can get to $35 or $45 a share, and with my help, it probably will, then Anthony Noto is going to make a bunch more money, folks. But right now, I'm going to show you the amount of his bonus that he just received yesterday. And here it is right now. So this is what he received yesterday. Note, Anthony Noto received $53,571, $53,571,483 worth of SoFi stock. He just received that either yesterday or he's getting it today. And right here, and by the way, this information that I got on this is from Trending Stocks, Cal at Trending Stocks. When the price gets to $35 a share, he'll get another $75 million, folks. So we're right now, what, $5 away from him getting another $75 million? You think Anthony Noto's not going to work his butt off to get that price to $35 by June of next year? And if he gets to $45, he gets another $96 million. Total amount he could get, $289 million. So, and this guy on the bottom here, who is supposed to have gotten this $6,250,000 worth, he doesn't work for the company anymore, I don't believe. Kyle said a month and a half, 2 months ago, or I'm sorry, it was Tanner on Futures Investment or whatever, Future Investing. Tanner said that this guy wasn't probably working for the company anymore because he wasn't on the photograph anymore of the top executives of the board of directors, that he wasn't in the picture. So maybe he didn't get that $6 million. And good morning, Chiba. Nancy Pelosi is quitting. Woo-hoo, good riddance. Well, she had a choice. She was either going to quit or she was going to be incarcerated, probably for insider trading. I don't know. She should be. Oh, she says, I don't do any of the trading. She said, it's just my husband. Oh, you mean the guy lying in bed with you that you tell which stocks to buy because the Congress is, or you're going to be voting to pass this company to get a contract, or that one's not going to get the contract? Oh, that's just it. Just your husband, the lucky husband. He's a lucky husband. His portfolio has outperformed every single major trading investor in the stock market. And Nancy Pelosi's husband has outperformed all of them. Yeah. They're all corrupt. Yes, they are. So we're in the final stages of this scan on my computer this morning that hopefully will make it work better. But no, it wasn't Nancy. She's not doing the trading, folks. It's just her lucky husband. Let us not all be confused by that. It's not Nancy. It's her lucky husband. Her lucky husband who likes to hang around with friends in their underwear. Yep. Likes at 1 or 2 in the morning to hang out with guys wearing underwear in his house. I don't know what's going on there. I have no idea, folks. I will comment no further. It's just the facts are the facts, and they're pretty weird facts. Pretty strange. Anyway, these people that are my neighbor's name, Nancy. Well, hopefully she's nothing like Mrs. P, Mama P. Well, the market's going to open here in 24 minutes. And I'd like to ask y'all to do me a favor, if you wouldn't mind, and that is to allow me to go up and get a little more coffee before the market does get opened. If you wouldn't mind. So, at this point in time, I'm going to take a little break here. And one of the songs I like to play when I take my breaks is called Yes to No Bounce. Get that insurance money, LOL. Yeah. So guys, we're going to play a song here called Singing the 3-Minute Song. If I can find it. Here it is. And then I'm going to go get some more coffee, and we'll be back to trade. And hopefully we'll have this scan done. So this song here is called the 3-Minute Song, Singing the 3-Minute Song. It's on Spotify. I hope you enjoyed it, everyone. Singing the 3-Minute Song, one of my songs on Spotify. Come over and listen to all my other ones, too. I think you'll...
There are times when you find yourself waiting in line. It can be so frustrating when you're wasting your time. But hey, I know a way to help time move along. And it comes in the form of this 3-minute song. So next time that you find yourself having to wait and you're losing your patience and can't concentrate, it'll help pass the time and you won't lose your mind if you're singing this 3-minute song. So come on, sing this 3-minute song. You'll feel better when you sing along. It's a song that won't last, but it helps time to pass when you're singing this 3-minute song. Yeah, it's the song that won't last, but helps time to pass when you're singing the 3-minute song. So here on my mark now, 1 minute past. See, that didn't take long, and in fact it was fast. And the reason it didn't seem quite so dang long was because you were singing the 3-minute song. Singing the 3-minute song, 'cause it's here to help time move along. No, it's never too short and never too long. It's a perfectly 3-minute song. So next time that you find yourself waiting somewhere and you feel like you're gonna start pulling out hair, just start singing this fun little 3-minute song. And before you will know it, 3 minutes is gone. So long gone. So next time that you find that you're standing in line, you might think of this 3-minute song, pass the time and start humming it softly or sing it out loud. Who knows who might join in that's there in the crowd, and you're all singing the 3-minute song. And you'll feel better when you're singing along. No, it's never too short and never too long. It's a perfectly 3-minute song. So I'll call this the end of my 3-minute song. I hope that you've liked it and you sang along. And now that it's over, don't worry, my friends. With 3 minutes left, you can sing it again. come sing along, 3-minute song. You feel better when you sing along. It's a song that won't last and help time to pass when you're singing the 3-minute song. Got another kid coming, the 5th one now in 6 years. And I wish I could tell you how happy I am, but there's something peculiar I can't understand. Yeah, I must confess it's a little disturbing. How could I have missed what I've been observing? Look at our kids and it's become clear to see not a single dang one of them looks like me at all. No, not one of my children look like me at all. Yeah, I walk right by them when they're there in the mall. It's weird they can be there right in front of my eyes and look like total strangers I just can't recognize. And my friends, they've all paired and show me and said I should take time and pay better attention. They tell me my wife might be fooling around. That's why all my kids look like guys here in town. Now I'm watching my son as he's playing ball. He does look a bit like our mailman named Paul. I look in the eyes of the one born last summer, and much to my surprise, looks like Peter the plumber. Oh no, and that's a real bummer, Peter the plumber. And now I'm looking around, and here's what I found. Yeah, my kids do look like other guys here in town. So I'm starting to wonder when I'm not home if my wife isn't there by herself all alone. But when my baby's born today, please don't say, oh my, he sure looks like Richard, our pizza guy. I'll be proud and I'll shout if I finally see that when that baby pops out, it looks something like me. Looks a little like me. Oh, that'll sure be sweet if it looks something like me. But we'll have to wait and see. Better hoping it will be just a little like me. A little like me. But we'll just wait and see. Well, the other day I was headed on home. I was by myself, yeah, I was all alone. So I stopped for a while just to check it out. Was a car for sale? A young man stepped out. He said, go ahead, take her for a spin. I'll sit and I'll wait till you pull back in. It drove like a dream, but was out of my range. But the salesman said that price could change. Well, he took me inside and he sat me down. Was it long at all before he came around? With a price he said that would blow my mind. I said my wife ain't here, so I just can't buy. Well, that's okay, was his reply. Then he went on to tell me why. Said his dealership was known all around. The local folks call the place Dickertown.
Uh-oh, Dickertown.
Go get your wife and bring her on down. Bring her on down here to Dickertown.
Whoa.
One thing to be understood.
Oh, no.
When you get her here, we're gonna
Digger. All right, now, hold on. Hold on there now. That's crossing the line right there. That's just getting across the line right there too far. We're getting over the line. We can't be doing that there. We can't sing out there this morning. Y'all, good morning, Robin. You almost got to hear one of my famous songs on the radio soon called Dickertown. A lot of volume on NUAI this morning. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Stephen Walder. So we're going to start a new sheet today. NUAI. Stephen. Merci beaucoup, Stephen Walder. And you'll just give me a second here. Let me turn off this speakador. And let me get over here just a moment. And all right, you get caught out on NUAI at the top. It's one to keep an eye on. We were meant to keep an eye on it for this week. Okay, CI. Got it. NUAI, Stephen Walder and CI. I'll give you both credit for that. And wow, this last little setup here, Startup Manager, is taking quite some time with our little computador, trying to fix our little issues with this computer today. And we've got some help from our listeners this morning. We're going to be buying a new laptop computer, and we're taking suggestions from our viewers this morning on what laptop we should get going forward, because we're going to get a new laptop. And some people were saying, gaming system, this and that. And others were saying, you don't need that. He streams from his phone, so he doesn't really need to have that ability. But the only thing I want is a laptop that will be able to have pretty good L3GOOL, most expensive one. No, I don't need all that. I'd like to have 32 gigabyte RAM, and I'd like to have maybe 1 terabyte hard drive. I'm not going to last that long to, unfortunately, folks. I've burned the candle from both ends for my entire life, folks. And some of you probably already know about that by the many, many things I've done. For music, you need a high spec. Music fills it up very quickly, especially if you're making music videos. Yes, I understand that. I am going to be, and I'm going to be recording a lot of songs in the future. I have a feeling. We're going to do a SoFi album. And one day I'm going to be performing a bunch of these songs in SoFi Stadium. Anthony Noto doesn't know it yet, but I'm coming to perform there, and I'm going to sell out just like Taylor did. 5 nights in a row of Catfish Tyler singing the SoFi songs. Cat closed down many a bar after his concerts back in the day. You're dang right I did. Oh my gosh. Back in the day, man, I toured all over the country. I was playing everywhere, folks, and even out of the country. And but you know what? That band wasn't doing original music. They wanted to just do, play hot songs on the dance floor, fill the dance floor every night. And then we had a 50s and 60s skit that we did in the middle of our performances every night. We did 5 performances a night, ladies and gentlemen, wearing different outfits and stuff. It was crazy. Covers, yeah, mostly covers. But our band, I actually had... So we would come out and we'd look like this, and we'd play at the Hilton hotels or the Marriott hotels or the Ritz-Carltons. We played all over the place, folks. And we played songs for hors d'oeuvre sets at these hotels around the world. Adams Mark and Hilton and all these Ramada hotels and big places. and we play these hors d'oeuvre sets, and we'd be playing Girl from Ipanema and Satin Doll. That's me right there. And we'd be playing, all kinds of oldies, um, everything you can think of. And oh, Donna, I had a girl, and Donna was her name. I mean, all this really slow stuff, and, you know, Cherry Pie, songs like that we were playing back then. And we were playing in hotels in Dallas and Houston and Columbus, Ohio, Joplin, Missouri, Terre Haute, Indiana, you name it, all over the doggone place. We played everywhere. And then after we played our hors d'oeuvre sets, then we'd go upstairs and change into our first band set where we all had the same either color for blue with black or red with black or all black or whatever we had. We'd come out and wear and do the first dance set. And then after we did our first dance set for 40 minutes, then we'd go upstairs and change. And in 20 minutes, we'd come out like this. And we were called Frankie Cashmere and the Sweaters. And believe it or not, there were many that never realized that this band was this band. Many of them did not believe that we were the same band. As a matter of fact, I would get asked, when is the other band gonna play? They didn't realize we were the same group, folks. Can you believe that? Some people did not realize that this group here was this group here. Isn't that crazy? That's me right there. Detroit Tigers. My dad played professional baseball and he had connections and he got me a Tigers uniform to wear on stage. Yeah, oh no, sweaters. Anyway, but sadly, that band right there, they did not want to do any original music, and I was writing original songs, and so I decided to start my own band. I kicked them to the curb, and I went back home to Florida. I left Houston, Texas. My mom and dad flew out there to see me perform the last night. Before I left Houston, Texas, I told my people, my mom and dad, I said, listen, I've had 2 years on the road with this band and I've had a good time, but they're not going where I want to go. So I'm going to leave this band, but I want you to come out and see this band. So I flew my parents out to Dallas, Texas, to Houston, and they got to hear me play with that band in Houston, Texas at the Adams Mark Hotel. And when we got done with our performance, my parents were so blown away by how good that band was. They asked me flat out, they said, are you sure you want to leave this band, Tyler? That's what they asked me. And I said, yeah, I'm sure of it, Mom. My mom was the one that was, because they just thought, when my parents heard us play and how good we were, they thought that I should stay in the band. And I was making good money. I was making $600 a week. Back then, that's incredible money. Back in the late 70s, early 80s, that was very good money. And I didn't have any expenses because I could eat in all the hotels and stayed in all the hotels where we played, so I didn't have any expenses. Kat, you have enough money to buy a new computer. You're right, I do, and I'm going to go buy one. I'm going to buy one. I'd already told everybody I'm buying a new computer. Matter of fact, I might start a computer fund right now. Anybody that wants to donate to the computer fund, and then we'll put on the computer, we might just put your name etched into it. Right? We'll get a little engraver. I'll get my daughter to do it because she's a great artist, so she could really do your names perfectly. Blockchain Metal says, go MacBook Pro. Yep, Cat. I've had a lot of suggestions this morning, a lot of suggestions from the viewers. And I've taken some, if you have a particular model you'd like me to consider, put it down and I'll screenshot yours too, because I've got about 4 screenshots now of different computers to consider for what I want to do here for streaming. Just get a refurbished MacBook. They are just as good, Kat. All right, Chiba, that's a good suggestion. You know, on eBay, they sell these laptops that they say eBay refurbished. And by the way, just so you're aware of this, when it comes to buying a laptop, I like his idea. No, not refurbished. Somebody says, no, refurbished. Well, here's the gig. When you're going to buy a new vehicle, brand new, well, number one, I would never, ever do that, okay? I did it once, and I'll never do it again. Because in the moment you drive that thing off of that lot, you lost 25% of your money. It's just the worst investment you can ever make. Now, some would say that if you go and purchase a used vehicle, that you're purchasing something that someone got rid of because it had headaches. They were tired of it. They had problems and issues, and then you were just inheriting their problems and issues. But some of these, like a Toyota certified vehicle, they carry the same warranties that a brand new vehicle does, and they're certified. So why wouldn't you save $10,000 or $15,000 and buy one that's got 14,000 miles on it or something, and it's Toyota certified? I know this from experience. I know a lot, and listen, I could tell you so many things about the car business that would blow your mind that I know, and ways to save money. Okay. I could blow your mind with the amount of things I could tell you that would save you money to buy when you're buying your car. TXT says, let's hear it. Okay. Well, number one, most people have a car that they need to trade in. Sometimes people have trade-ins that they owe money on. Sometimes they'll owe more money than the car is worth. But if you can do it, if you're in a position to do it, make a payment on your car prior to going into the dealership. Make a large payment. Pay $1,500 or $2,000 payment on the car just before you go into the dealership. So here's why. Because when you get into the dealership, then they say, well, we're going to need to take a look at your credit, and we need to blah, blah, blah. So they pull up your credit report, okay? And the first thing that they're going to see, 2 minutes till open. Thank you very much, Blockchain Metal. Good thing to know. Appreciate it. The first thing they're going to see when they pull up your credit report, people, is your automobile loan. And it's going to show them that you owe, let's say, you owe $10,000 on it. It's going to show them that you owe $10,000 to pay off the loan. But you've already paid off another $2,000 or $1,500 or $1,000 even, and they don't know that. They don't know that. So they've got to build in enough into this deal to cover what they think you owe on the car. See? So right away, they're going to they're going to hedge on your trade-in to try to give you close to what you owe, right? Not knowing that you don't owe that much. Okay? Oh, yeah. Listen. Yeah, I just pay cash. Well, let me tell you something else. When you go into a car dealership, the first thing that they're going to want to try to find out after they get your credit information, are you going to be planning on using your own financing, or are you going to use our dealership's financing? And ladies and gentlemen, the answer is I'm using your financing, okay? My plan, you don't need to say you're going to use theirs. You say, well, I'd like to use yours. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to. I'm thinking about using yours. I'll probably use yours. Any one of those things will give them the impression that you're going to finance through them. So again, they can shave off some of their profit on the car and give you a better deal if you're going to finance, because they can kick that profit in on the financing they're going to make. So don't ever tell them you're paying cash. No, 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 no. Don't walk into a dealership like you're the big king. Cash is king, man, because you're going to screw yourself if you do. Let them think you're going to finance. Please. Yeah, I understand you paid cash, but use this tactic I'm telling you to get a cheaper price on the vehicle or motorcycle. Tell them you're financing it, people, or you're planning on paying with financing it through them, and they will discount the vehicle lower because they can take some off the top so they can make it back on the bottom end, on the back side. Oh, listen, let me just put it this way. The last car that I went in and bought at a used car dealership, it was at a new and used, but I ended up buying a pre-owned. But when I got back there to do the contract and do it all up, and they found out that I didn't know what they thought I owed on the car on the trade-in, and then they found out that I wasn't going to finance and I was going to pay cash, the whole deal, they were in shock. The manager came in and asked me, would I like to go to work there? The car manager walked in and asked me, would I like to come work for him? Because he knew that I knew the business. He knew I knew all the tricks. And I took him. I took him to the cleaners on that. They paid they probably made $200 on that car. Profit. And I don't have a problem with people making a profit, but I'm just trying to tell you several other things that you can do that will get you more for your for everything. Let me tell you another little ploy, okay? Every salesman that you work with in the car business used to be on commission. Now, today that doesn't exist in a lot of places. They are just getting paid a flat per vehicle now, okay? So let me just explain something to you, though. So the first thing you want to determine when you're at a dealership is, are you getting paid commission? Because, or let's say you're buying furniture. Let's say you're buying furniture. You want to ask your salesperson, are they getting paid commission? Okay? Now, why do you want to ask your salesperson if they're getting paid commission? Well, because, believe it or not, people who are getting paid commission can be incentivized. They can be incentivized with a little cashola. Okay? So you're sitting there and you're writing up this deal on this car, and you say to that guy who's selling you that car, listen, if you can go and swing that price I just wrote down on that piece of paper, this is yours. And you give it to him. You slide it out there. Market's open. Okay, let's go look at things. CMBM is green right out of the gate. That's good. It's rising. Thanks for the heads up. SoFi is a fraction in the red right now, not going to matter. And listen, if SoFi only pulls back 8 or 10 cents, it's going to go up very nicely. Okay? And I just saw it, just a brief 12 cents down. That's good. 13 cents down is very good for SoFi out of the gate. Anytime they take SoFi down right out of the gate, they're going to run it up all day. So we want to see this thing fall just about 10, 12, 13 cents, and it has right now. Very solid for it to stop right here, and then we will see a very nice progression this afternoon. I've been tracking SoFi a long time, folks, I know. Now, You're right, Chiba. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. In the furniture business, there is so much markup that it would blow your mind. In the furniture business, there is so much markup, it would blow your mind. In the bedding business, there is so much profit, it would blow your mind. It would absolutely blow your mind. You know, when I was younger, I was very creative. I've always been very creative. And sometimes, listen, sometimes you think outside the box. What if you were coming into my store and you wanted to buy a bed from me? And what if I told you that my prices are on sale today, but I could give you an absolutely incredible freaking deal if you just want to pull your truck around back and pay cash? Now, listen, I only did this when I was very young, folks. So listen, it's just me being creative because I can discount the damn thing 40% and still make a 20% profit, okay? There's like some of these beddings, there's a 60 and 70% profit on the beds, folks. I'm not kidding you one single bit, folks. I'm telling you the absolute truth. And so good to see SoFi make that little dip, and it's running up, just like I said. The little tiny red dip, and now off she goes, folks. And she's going to go up the rest of the day, I think. So you'd be surprised how many people, once you say, what if I just pull your truck around the back and we do a cash deal on this bed? I'll give you a heck of a deal. And then they're like, holy crap, yeah, I'll do that. So they slide around the back and then you do a cash deal and you go write it all up on a receipt and everything, the whole deal. You just write it all up. And by the way, those people, when they're getting that bed that way, I know it sounds crazy, but they're getting absolutely no warranty on it whatsoever. They don't have any documentation that they ever bought anything or anything. I know it sounds crazy, but listen, I'm sharing with you stuff that you don't have to necessarily do it in your occupation. I would never recommend you do that necessarily, but if you have a business of your own, you can tell people, man, I can give you a special deal if you'll just work with me on cash or whatever. So just make sure you understand that. And one other thing, when you sell a bed, I owned a furniture store. The markup on mattresses is much higher than 60. Yeah. Oh yeah, it can be much higher. Yeah, it is. There's some of them are much higher, depending on, because the one place that I work for, this bedding store I work for down in Orlando, they had their own line called an New Englander. And those beds were so cheap. I mean, off the line. And he was making incredible profit, like 85, 90% profit on those things. So just be aware that Charlie isn't letting me sell any shares of CMBM. What? That's horrible. Bastards. Huh. Let me get over there and see if I can sell any. Oh, shoot, I'm logged off. I sat so long without doing anything this morning. Crap. Hold on a second, folks. Let me set this up better here. I got to get logged in, dang it. I'm going to have to get a code sent to me here, folks. Just hold on a second, folks. I got to, gosh, dang it. What the heck is going on here? What's going on with my stand? Text me. All right, folks, let me get this text. I'll be right back. Hopefully, YouTube won't do an update while I put you on pause.